It's pretty well known that Donald Trump is not a smart man. I mean, it's known outside of the circle of MAGA world that he's not a smart man. Many people contend that he is the stupidest man to ever hold the office of President of the United States. Me among them, and I believe many of you also know this to be true. It's not adopted or accepted by the Donald Trump cult by any means. But I'm going to show you a clip here. Yesterday, he gave a little press conference. He's been doing press conferences lately because he feels vulnerable that their numbers are slipping, that the man he picked to be his vice president is wildly and historically unpopular. He feels he is considered unfavorable by a majority of the United States citizenry. And Donald Trump is now desperate to try to make some headlines, and we're going to give it to him. So yesterday, he held this little press conference, this meandering nonsense, more on the economics of the United States with like groceries behind him. I would ask the question, when's the last time you think Donald Trump actually stepped foot in a grocery store for anything other than a photo op? Like, when has he actually shopped for groceries? I would have liked a question to be asked of like, hey, how much are those Cheerios on the table behind you? How much are these groceries? Like, go through like Bob Barker, like Price is Right style, and have him name prices. But to prove the abject dumb fuckery of a man who wants to be president of the United States again, I'm going to play this clip for you where he's talking about migrants taking all of the new jobs that have been created in the United States under the Biden administration. And to prove that he is an abject idiot, watch this and just marvel of his lack of understanding of the most basic mathematic concepts.
Since March, and by the way, people are going to have to start paying that, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for the next period of time. It could be a substantial time. Since March of 2022, the average middle-class household has lost $33,000 in wealth. How about that? $33,000. That's average. In July alone, 350,000 people were added to the unemployment rolls. It's a lot of people. 350,000 people added to the unemployment rolls. And think of that. That's in 1 month. That's in July. Virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. You know that? Most of the job creation has gone to migrants. In fact, I've heard that substantially more than beyond the number of 100%. It's a much higher number than that, but the government hasn't caught up with that yet. But virtually right now, as of the time they did this, virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. Harris gave work permits and Social Security numbers to more than 3 million illegal immigrants to steal jobs from Americans. So think of that.
All right. First of all, much of that is just flagrant, insane lying from Donald Trump. I don't think that will come as any surprise. But we are right now enjoying, under the Biden administration, the policies of the Biden-Harris administration, near record low unemployment. Inflation is now exactly where economists want it to be, sub 3% inflation. The Inflation Reduction Act, a legislative measure, a policy measure put in place by Joe Biden, has worked. And Donald Trump would have you believe, certainly have MAGA world believe, that virtually, what's the quote here? In fact, I've heard substantially more. First, he says virtually 100% of the net job creation in the last year has gone to migrants. So this is a past figure. So if you look here on the desk, I got my iPhone set up. We'll do a little, like an unboxing video with an overhead cam. And so I've got some breath mints here, maybe representing a cleansing mechanism for the shit that comes out of Donald Trump's mouth. I'm just coming up with this. If I had McDonald's French fries, I would have used French fries. But alas, we don't have that. So this represents, in the last year, all of the jobs, because it's a finite number since it's in the past. It's not, and we don't know what the number is in the future. So here we go. Donald Trump says that virtually, and then he switched it to all of the jobs that are represented here by the mints were taken by migrants. And then he switches and he says, in fact, I've heard substantially more than the finite number of jobs, higher than that. It's a much higher number than that, but the government has not caught up with it. So where do these other jobs to make more than 100% come from? Are they, should we put the highlighter in? Maybe my reading glasses. What else do I got here? Oh, we'll put the extra. It's just extra. What else do I have on my desk that you might be interested to see? Well, we got SD cards we can throw in there. Oh, here's a clip from something. Great. All right. Here's my coffee. Here's my pen. Here's me. It's just he is the dumbest motherfucker maybe to ever seek the office of president, certainly to ever hold the office of president of the United States. It's not a disrespectful thing to say the truth, and that is the truth. Donald Trump has fallen upwards. He has failed upwards his entire life because he is a rich, silver spoon up his ass dolt who's been given everything his entire life. He's never had to work at anything his life. It's been given to him. And I don't know, because I was raised exceedingly poor. I was a poor kid growing up on welfare, literally eating the government cheese. I wouldn't know what it's like to be handed everything. But I would imagine this is the result where you think you're a dynamo. You think you're a man who has created things and conquered the world when really you've just been given everything. He certainly hasn't attained any education level, being Ivy League educated, not understanding that you can't have more than 100% of something. That's like me having 11 fingers, having more than 100% of fingers. It's impossible. But when you're rich brat idiot, I guess it makes sense. Anyway, what do you think? Did you watch this moment? Make it make sense for me, MAGA world out there who are going to try to justify Donald Trump and his nonsense. Please make it make sense in the comments. That's where you do it. You can also call with a 3-minute or fewer explanation to my voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, you can email me as always, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider giving 100% of $2 a month to help me make these videos. You can click the join button below. Become a channel member for just that, $1.99, $2 a month. You can also go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I would appreciate it very much. Follow me on social media. You can do that 100% or more. I'm at Dollemore everywhere. In almost 100%, I'm just kicking the dead horse of the bit here, of social media apps, I'm at Dollemore, and you can follow me there. And I will see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.